Hello, everybody. Also, wow, I pressed the wrong button. What's up, everyone? So, it's been a while. I've had some health issues, as any of you that may still be on my Twitter and or Discord have been probably following. Yeah, my elbow or my arm is kind of busted, but luckily, I found a comfortable way to sit here and play video games while my arm is in a position that doesn't hurt. So what I did is I either strained or tore, or like, I don't know what the medical term is, but I did something to this muscle right here, and it's still a little swollen. Which means this is okay, but this is real tight and hurts a lot. So I try not to rotate my arm, which amazingly enough, I'm right-handed and that's my left hand. So it's one of those things where I never really realized how much I use my left hand for stuff, like opening doors or grabbing the water pitcher out of the freezer or fridge. Like a bunch of amazing things that I use my left hand for that I never realized. So today we are playing Wolcen. I know I talked about this. I played it a little bit when it was still early access. I have, after 3-4 characters, finally made it to the end game. This game is hard, guys. Like, the bosses are brutal. You can get one shot. There's a lot of things. Also, I apologize if it's loud. I'll adjust as need be as we go. I'm also getting 370 FPS. That's a positive. Online mode is like kind of fucky right now. So this is my dude. His name is Boo. I had to reroll a character because I made him so broken he was out of money I couldn't respec him, and I couldn't beat a boss, so I was like, all right, start over. I'll show you guys what's interesting about this guy and why he's about to be unbroken. Also, let's get this resolution up to a decent level, huh? Apply. Okay. Please restart to apply changes. I don't need to. As we can all see, this is fine. So as I've been playing this off stream in the evenings and stuff, I've been messing with the volume because it was way too loud. So hopefully it's in a good place. But I have messed with it since I streamed last. So let me explain a few things about how like the later game stuff in this works, because I think last time we played, as you can see, I'm basically entirely a ferocity build, which is critical. 55.8% chance to crit. My health is low. There's a lot of people out there with builds with 30, 50, 80, 100,000 health. So this is nothing. Lots of bonus damage. What else? Skills. So I finally have fully leveled skills, or at least I've got all the things unlocked. So I'm using something called Bleeding Edge, and this is a spinning axe in a circle around you that deals damage, and it starts off as just like a blade that circles once and it's done. I've got higher chance to cause status ailments, where you can see on the right hand side where it says ailment bleed chance. When I click this, it goes from 11.7 to 14.8. So that's good. A little bit of that helps. A little bit of damage over time helps. Weapon damage increase, which is, you know, about 800 damage increase over there. Here's where it gets interesting. Axe continues to spin after being thrown. So when I first got this, it costs a lot more rage. But when I first got this, basically, wherever I was, it would create an axe that spins and sits there for like 4 seconds and just spins. The axe follows you as you move, so now it's 5 seconds, and it basically becomes like an on-me area of effect that I just move around with. So that's kind of cool. Flight of Gavanir is just, it's a Thor's hammer move. That's all it is. And I've got 2 hammers and increased critical and all sorts of stuff. So that's fun. This is my movement skill, and it generates rage, which is nice. Because I don't have anything that allows me to cast spells and balance my willpower and rage, this lets me gain it for free. What's really interesting about this is it has a 10-second cooldown, but in this case, it loses its cooldown and costs a stamina point, which is what you usually use to dodge roll. So instead of dodge rolling, now I have an ability that generates rage, does damage, and has a better movement feel than just dodge rolling. Juggernaut has been super important. It's basically a damage shield. It just absorbs damage, and when it runs out, it explodes and does damage to everything around it. This is a huge help for my low health, basically. It allows me to kind of face tank bosses without getting a one-shot, which is amazing. So on this, we have grants rage when receiving damage. Once again, rage generation is huge because this costs 255 rage to use, and I only have 1,000 max. Inflict a portion of your weapon damage on enemies attacking the shield. So when I'm getting attacked during it, enemies take damage. I also have over here. Where is it? If you block an enemy's attack, you would instantly deal a percentage of your weapon as counterattack, so that's huge too. Converts physical to fire just because. It increases the damage too. Lowered rage cost because I need to be able to use that pretty much whenever. If I'm out of rage and I try to blow it, I'll get one shot, so. Cooldown reduction's great, and more shield absorption's also great. The last thing is Sovereign Shout, which is, I use it mostly for the rage generation. That's a lot. That allows me to use one of my main attacks. So if I have no rage, I can pop a main attack and Juggernaut, basically. So I get resistances. It does weakness to anything that it hits. Anything near me. Lasts longer. More rage generation for each enemy. Increases the effectiveness of all buffs granted by the skill and other skills. So I get a buff from this and a bunch from this, as you can see, and it increases it just flat across the board, which is sick. And a movement speed buff, so a lot of stuff. Now let me show you, this is the passive tree I've got. So what I've been doing, you can see I've kind of gone all over the place, and the way this works is cool. The fact that you can rotate these areas means that I could have, if I wanted to spec out into this area first, I could have gone up here, and then I could have rotated this around to here. I guess I would have had to go up through this area. So I wanted to go up through this area, but I still wanted to get over here. This is broken. This is what they're fixing. So damage is increased by 0.5 multiplied by your shield block chance. So in my case, that's an increase of damage of 13.8, 27.6 block chance, so 13.8. That's not amazing. My damage is 8,300. So damage is increased by 0.5. Damage is increased by 0.5. Cool, little damage ups, no big deal, right? Well, they broke one of these, and they're going to be fixing it, unfortunately, in the next patch. But for now, it still works. Damage is increased by 50 multiplied by your equipped shield block chance. 100 times that. So literally, I have like a 1,200 point damage boost from that one node, which is insane. 1,300 and something, actually. Plus these let me block better. This is the next node, the banner points or fortress points or whatever they're called. So let's do it. Let me show you the end game and how this works. I'm probably not going to be on for too incredibly long today. I've already had a crazy morning and I've got a lot more to do. This is actually a weapon that I am looking to get sockets on, but problem is the best thing to do, it seems, is to get 3 of the offensive 1 sockets, and it's a pretty low chance of that. It costs about 500 gold each time you reroll the sockets, and I think it's about a 1 in 75, 1 in 100 chance to get 3 of like 3 of those sockets. Which those are the sockets specifically that give like flat damage to the weapon, which is huge. Like offensive 2 does spell damage, like plus damage to spells, which doesn't help me. And offensive 3 is a lot of like, I think it's like life leech and stuff like that. Honestly, I could just look. Poison ailment damage. Oh, it's ailment damage. So I don't really do a lot of that because my wisdom is really low and I only have a 10% cause ailments. Anyway, all that out of the way. There's 2 things you can do, mandates and expeditions. So mandates are basically like basic missions. It's one area, you go through, you fight the boss, you're done. So
pick me up a souvenir.
Oh, a little loud. So I always start with this. Toss a couple of those. Now I have 560 rage. And I just run through things. Oh, and when I kill things, I gain rage back. When I kill things with this ability. So watch my rage. So I have 500 again. So as long as I kill enough things, I can just sit here and walk through everything. Which is cool. Bosses can still be tricky if they have enough health or they have, like, damage shields or, there's an affix called tough that makes bosses, well, tough. I think they take, like, half damage. So these areas are just like areas of the game, except, like, there are these little side areas that have a lot of loot. Not something you generally want to miss. And I don't think there's a limit to how many of these you can have circling you. So there's actually a lot of improvements I still want to do with this character. And now I got 3 going at once. And as you can see, I'm critting in the 20,000s. Like, it's a lot of damage. As you saw, one of those, if you saw one of those guys hit me before I got my damage shield up and took off like a solid third of my life in one hit. So bosses can one-shot me from 11,000 health. I'm actually thinking, I don't want to mess with this build too much until they change the way that one node works, because it's going to nerf my damage a lot. So I'm either going to have to find a way to get more damage, or I'm gonna have to find a way to, like, mitigate enough damage that I can survive longer in fights. But yeah, that damage bonus is so insane that I can one-shot most enemies at this point with like normal attacks even. I don't even need to use this, but all right, let's make this one count. Oh, and I am super dead. Yeah, I am. Good God, man. You do get 3 lives. Also, why is... Oh. The game bugged? It showed me, like, offset from where I actually was. That's unfortunate. But yeah, I think I need more survivability in a big way.
On to the next one.
So yeah, this game is not super easy. I mean, I'm sure there's builds that make it trivial that aren't gonna get nerfed, but... Or at least not yet. But the one The one that I discovered is an obvious oversight on their part. There's no way that they would make something that powerful.
Another few falls.
Like, for example, I actually, like, one-shot the final boss of the story. Now, I think a gripe a lot of people are having about this game is the fact that even though I'm killing things very fast, the overall pace of the game is much slower than most ARPGs. And that could just be because it's new and people haven't figured out how to break the game yet, but I think even still, I don't think it's ever going to be as fast as, like, Diablo 3, Path of Exile. Those games are just
You'll need more than that to take me down.
insane amounts of movement speed, insane amounts of damage. The point is basically one-shot everything. Even with this horribly overpowered, like, build mechanic that honestly is going to get fixed, I still don't one-shot bosses, as you can see. Like, I got killed. I died. Yeah, my little bar's over there. That's kind of broken. Oh, there's a trade shrine here. So trade shrines, I've never seen one in these before, but in the expeditions, it's like multiple floors. So the trade shrines are at the end of each floor, and they allow you to like sell your stuff off because you can't leave the area. You can't go back to town while you're in these. There's still a decent amount of inventory space in this game, though. Go. And then you touch this thing,
I mean, I'm sure something happened.
and you get your rewards.
What that is?
Pretty easy. I mean, there's not a lot to it. Yeah, you get bonuses for not getting downed, which of course I missed, but monsters killed, champions killed, all sorts of stuff. And that's pretty much like, that's that. And it's not hard. Like, there's nothing in there that's too surprising. Ugh. My hiccups. I apologize, guys.
Greetings, my friend. How may I help you?
Probably the thing for me that's still the hardest is, this is tempting, too. 90 to 131.
Don't forget about me, adventurer. Yes.
Still better, though. Not by much. A lot of things to look at. So I'm mostly going for ferocity, but, like,
You know, Mojave
I'm starting to think I need a
always
little
the
more
best value.
survivability. See, like, I lose... If I swap this, I lose damage. Rage and willpower cost reduction, I'm realizing, is really important. Ferocity and crit chance. Which, to be fair, this is one of my best items currently. Because this has 4 affixes that are all really good for me.
You have a good eye.
And eventually I want to get all legendary items, which are just like the highest tier of rare. And they all have like 5 or 6 things on them. Like, this is insane. Attack speed, crit damage. The elemental status ailment doesn't do anything for me, really, because I'm doing all material damage. Well, that's actually not true, because a couple of my things transform their damage into fire, so I guess not completely. Rend damage and plus 24% material damage with attacks with this weapon, which all my stuff's material based.
I appreciate all of my customers.
Hush up, no one cares.
A fine
I think
item.
this
Thank
costs
you
like
very much.
400 rage normally, but I've got it down to 255 with all my items that have cost reduction. Kind of huge. So what I'm looking for a lot is crit chance and attack speed. And then of course like flat damage or like percent damage and ferocity or survivability, which is toughness. This would be good if that spellcasting speed was crit chance. Yeah. I'm also looking for items that have health on them. I'm not really using force shield because I have a lot of health or life leech. So, like, stuff like all res is great, but I lose health, so it's kind of like, meh. I like the stuff that has health and all res, specifically. Those are the ones I'm really looking for. Honestly, I lose 32 toughness by doing this, though. That's harsh. I need to keep that for now.
You know Mojave is always the best value.
Wow. 728 health. It's actually not terrible, but finding upgrades in this game does feel really good. Like, these gloves that I currently have on, the left-hand ones, are garbage. Ooh, cost reduction. It's agility, so that's attack speed. But I lose ferocity, but maybe that's okay. I think I need to upgrade these.
You have a good eye.
Two-handed. I'm getting better at this. Also, boots, like in most games, can have move speed, so yeah. Boots can have move speed, so I kind of want to keep boots with me. Especially as I transition away. Sorry, I'm messing with my stuff. As I transition away from, because I think I want to have items that are all health resist, which means none of them are going to naturally have like health force shield items like this. A lot of them have
limits, yes.
move speed built in, so I'm looking more for stuff like health all res, which is ferocity based. Those don't have moves. Health force shield is okay. Like, this would be, I would take this upgrade if it had some ferocity on it. Health all res. Big garbage. Lose toughness. I think I'm actually going to start putting
on this one
points into toughness. Excuse me, 1,000 health? None of the other stats I want. Shouldn't come as any surprise to anyone that this is an ARPG and it is very much based around, wow, I have a lot of skills. So 50, oh, you can level stuff after level 50. It's actually nuts. Oh yeah, my bleeding edge is 51.
Look at you, browsing leisurely. Wish I had that sort of time.
Oh. So here's actually the endgame mechanic if you guys are curious. This right here, basically...
Anna Ruse, would you stop that? That will never... Oh, my lord. I did not see you enter. Was there something you needed?
Which is the one I'm working on. Aqueduct. So productivity will be increased. But, like... So for each of these places... Let's just go to one that looked interesting. I think this one. 5th skill slot will be unlocked. So you need 200,000 gold. You need 6,000 essence or whatever this is called. It's the stuff that you get from turning in or using skill like items that you already have. You can use it to level up skills, but you can use it for this stuff too. And then that's what you need to start it. And then I'm pretty sure this 5,000 is how much productivity you need to gain to complete it. As you can see right now, my aqueduct...
the champion returns.
I think
Perhaps now we can
yeah,
make some decisions.
81 of 100 productivity. So if I do a couple more areas, I should complete that. I'm not going to start anything right now.
Lord.
Hello, my lord. I will assemble.
Oh yeah, stuff like this, 50k. It unlocks a bunch of new places. You can have more active projects. This is also how you get, yeah,
As we are
bank stash tabs.
Stormfall, the council have been discussing how important it
But I
may
need
be to
50,000
have a
gold,
vote to
which I have
protect the
21k.
city's wealth.
So, it's difficult.
Yes. You want a contract?
But it's difficult to balance everything because you use gold to reroll item sockets. You even use gold to get harder dungeons, which is the expeditions. So this is a 3-floor dungeon. Adept, I think, just starts you at like level 40. Veteran, you get to choose your level.
You want a contract?
So I'll do level 43. You can see I get a little extra productivity in Magic Find. But if I click this, I get basically the equivalent of like Path of Exile map mods. You get 3 to choose from. So I'll click it. 2,500 gold gone. And then here's modifiers. So specialist enemies have 46% damage as Ren damage. Specialist enemies have minus 75% duration of crowd control effects received, which is fine because I don't really use crowd control. And crit resistance, which I don't like crit resistance, so we'll go with this. And I can do it again. I've actually never done a fully like juiced up one, so let's see. Occult resistance score. That's fine. I don't do occult damage. Do it again. Champion enemies have move speed. Specialist enemies have move speed. Sure. And let's do one more, and I should be able to lure Untainteds after that. I've never done this. I don't know what it is. Okay, rate reduction on stamina is bad. Specialist enemies have the Pestilent Scatter boss modifier. Yikes. I don't know what these do. I really don't. So, yeah, let's find out. So, if you accept multiple area modifiers, you have the option to take on Wrath of Saracel, allowing Untainteds to challenge you during the expedition. You'll be rewarded at the end of the expedition instead of receiving loot drops. Costs a lot. But let's try it. I've never tried it. Oh. Best enjoyed is a multiplayer experience. I don't want to waste all those. I'm very close to being able to upgrade more stuff. Okay, I didn't realize that was a multiplayer thing. That's fine. We'll just do a bunch of map mods and see what happens. I mean, 83% Magic Find and, like, it's nothing to sneeze at. So there are 3 floors, and if you die 3 times, then you're just kicked out, basically. Ooh, that is a loot goblin. Yeah, it is. These guys are annoying because when they die, they don't actually die. You have to kill them while they're down. Got to level too.
You'll need more than that to take me down.
I don't know what that was. These are all some of the worst enemies in the game, just annoying wise. They're very annoying. Nice. Alright, stand here and do some stuff. Let's put into toughness. This should put me at like 12.5. 12.2. So 400 health per level of toughness. I still have 54% crit chance, which is fine. A lot of good things over here. Basic attack stuff. Let's do this. Bonus willpower and rage. I was looking at that last night and I was like, you know what? That's actually really kind of nice. It'll let me stack more stuff together. Yeah. This game is definitely not like Diablo, at least not for me yet, where you can like blast through one of these in like a minute. I think most of my runs have been taking about 20 minutes for all 3 levels, maybe even half an hour. You could argue bad design on that, but you see my shield up there, even though it's way off to the side? That one lightning blast took out half my shield. Probably would have killed me outright. Good God. Also, I'm not 100% positive on this, but the entire reason that I took, what is it? This 75% attack speed when you crit is I'm pretty sure that affects how fast I can cast my things. So if I'm in the middle of a bunch of enemies, getting like having that huge attack speed boost after critting means I can pop off like 2 or 3 of those circling me in just a fraction of a second and go right back to killing and not worry about getting overwhelmed. 1200 rage. It's the build that plays itself. Kind of. Ow. By the way. Oh, challenge the boss. I didn't realize I was at that part already. Movement speed. He's up here. I do like the fact that it tells you where stuff is, because these levels are actually pretty big a lot of the time. And if you ever see me doing this, I'm not doing this for the, like, tiny amount of gold that comes out of it. I'm doing it because I still generate rage off basic attacks, even if I'm not hitting enemies. I just have to be hitting something. Like, I can stand here all day and this doesn't do it. But as soon as I hit something like that, my rage goes back up. So. Hello? Oh my god, nobody likes you. Ow. It's a problem. There we go.
On to the next one.
He would have been dead so fast, but he... Wow. I'm not gonna lie, he juked me. He juked me good. So, there is a trade shrine. All the stuff I'm keeping there. Sell. Alright. The selling part is definitely, like, the most kind of, like, awkward, I guess. It's not that it's terrible, it's just that I'm not good at it yet. It's got good stats, but it's missing everything else. Yes, base stats, I should. See, there's a lot of max health on these. Kind of need that. Pistol, res, for shield, health and all res. Worse than what I got. Verse. That's not bad. 17% move speed. So it's got better, it's got worse health though. Yeah. Damn. None of it's what I'm looking for. So I can leave. Like, if I died 3 times here and I was on my last life, I could just leave and I get partial rewards, I think. But I want to go deeper. So this increases the enemy level by 1 and the magic find by 5, I think. Wait. I don't know what that was. Stop. So I got a new modifier. Yeah. I didn't see what it was, but it said something about the trailing boss modifier, trailing something boss modifier. So I just made this even harder on myself. Hopefully it's okay. Mind you, I'm like, what, level 49? Yeah. This goes up to level 90. And the enemies go even higher than that. I've heard people on YouTube videos talking about how they were able to fight enemies that were like level 117 already, which is nutty.
Another fiend falls.
Like I said, I only did a couple of these last night, so I don't really, I didn't know you could add new modifiers mid-run. That's completely new to me. In fact, I've never used more than one modifier until right now, so. No, bad sniper. I do have large potions already. It's a cool game, though. Just the fact that this kind of stuff exists and how I'm playing it now is entirely different than how I was playing it like level 20 because of the runes that you can... Yeah. I wonder if that's the boss modifier, the storm one, the one that keeps just randomly raining down.
I did it.
Ooh, and there's a chest. Get picked up. Didn't. Okay, so yeah, each one of those skills that I already have memorized gives me 100 of these points. I really want to do... I don't know what I want to unlock next, though. Almost got my enemy quota. Well, that's always good. For the record, no, I don't want to buy followers and stuff.
I did it.
Alright, I'm out of room. So what I do when I'm out of room is I just kind of head for the boss. I could manage my inventory, make sure that I'm being as, like... How many of these can you get around me at the same time? Enough. Correct answer is enough. I guess I could sell and then just pick up more stuff, but... I feel like in this game it's better to... get your inventory full, do what you need to do, go to the next level. Because you get so many rewards for completing these things that it's better that than constantly going back and, like, picking up everything. Yeah, you might miss something, but I mean, it's all random anyway, so... Missing something now just means moving forward faster, you'll get something better Faster later. Ooh, that's a good force shield piece. Yeah. That's a big upgrade. Has the crit. Man, it misses out on the toughness, though. And the damage. Bunch of wisdom, but that's like one of my least important stats. You can re-roll items, by the way. So if I found a really good base I wanted to mess with, I could re-roll it. Let's see, what about this? Material damage is good. Crit chance score is good, but not nearly as good as what I got. It's missing attack speed, but it has ferocity, which is more crit. Resource generation's good. Means I get rage faster. Man, that's tough. I'm gonna wait for something better. In games like this, and maybe it's me just being stubborn, which is more than possible. Ooh, ferocity, crit, and all res. But damn it. It's missing that attack speed that I want so badly. Other than that, it's a lot better, though. That one I'm gonna keep. Yeah, I'll keep it. It's a good enough... I don't like doing side grades, is what I was saying. Like, I don't like giving up one thing for something else. If I have to give up one stat for, like, 2 or 3 that are better, like, cool, that's obviously good, but... Swapping around, because it costs a decent amount of money to swap around stuff too much. And then resocket them and stuff like that. Keep this.
Can't do that.
Alright. 3rd level. Do it. Is it going to give me an option again for, like, another? No, that must just be random. As you can see, you get a ton of skills that you can just constantly build points on, so... It's not the end of the world, but... Yes. My god. So I have, like, so much resource reduction now that I think it only costs $230? To use my main ability? It's actually great. Because the more I look at it and the more I think about it, it makes more sense for me to have 5 axes spinning around me that do like 10% less damage than like 2 or 3 that do full damage. So sacrificing a little damage for like resource cost reduction is actually kind of huge. And I don't know why that right there is so satisfying, but doing like a leap slam or whatever it's called in this, basically a leap slam. And hitting everything on the way and just landing and everything you passed is dead. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, he hit me with a blade. Rude. So I've noticed, like, enemy status effects, they did a lot of damage in the early game, but I feel like they don't scale into the end game. There were definitely, like, bleed effects that would nearly, like, kill me if I didn't pop a potion early game, but now they do, like, a few hundred damage, even with a bunch of stacks on. Like, I think most of the time I'm out regenerating them, and, like, all the time I'm out leeching them. And yeah, the little green stairs on the map, those are the, those are like the side areas, and these are so much fun. There's not a lot to them, but they usually have some cool things inside, like loot goblins or these cursed chests. Just look at this. It still does bother me a little that you have to hit a button just to show your loot on the ground. You have to actually tap a key to make it all, like, appear again. I wish there was an option to keep it on all the time. I understand that that would be annoying because it would get in the way of, like, you'd target the item on the ground instead of the enemy you're wanting to fight, but for some builds, like, you know, builds that are basically press buttons and then walk into enemies, I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Like, it would be a really good quality of life thing for builds like this. Now, like, mage builds, archer builds, where you have to be very precise in your targeting, you could just turn it off. There's been a lot of conversation about that I've been looking at recently in, like, Path of Exile forums and stuff about quality of life and giving people options on, like, user interface and overlays and stuff like that. And I understand that a lot of programming goes into that stuff, but at the same time, there's got to be a point where you actually just say, give the people what they want, because it'll make their gaming experience that much better. There we go. Oh my god. Gauntlet.
I can't carry that.
Okay, perfect. I got all the items I wanted. Challenge the boss. So from here on out, I only pick up stuff if, like, I want to pick up interacts, which I have a bunch I can use. And I'll pick up legendary and unique items. Normal rares, I'm full, so. I don't know what to call this game other than to say that doing this is incredibly satisfying. If anyone can think of a better word for it than that, I'm all for it, but the combat feels satisfying. It is weighty and it is chunky. I almost said clunky and I was like, that's not the word I wanted. Could use the trade shrine, but I'm just gonna go back. You know what? Here, I will do one thing though. Free up a spot so my reward actually goes into my inventory. So then you just click on this again, and boom. 581,000 experience, which is like, I mean, I need 5.5 million to level, but you know, it's a good chunk, and 12,000 gold. It's like one bubble. 211 productivity applied. That's amazing, actually. Okay, so let's look at this. Boosting productivity, cool. Stash tab. And then these are stash tabs as well, so 50k, 100k, or sorry, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 gold.
Anna
Yeah.
Ruse, would you stop that? That will never... Oh, my lord. I did not see you enter. Was there something you needed?
More productivity. You will receive 1 passive skill point. Like, that's kind of cool. I don't think this is... I'm pretty sure you can't do this multiple times, but look at this. 50,000 productivity. And I got like 100 and something from that one. So, you can imagine this would take a while. 12,000 of the, whatever the interact points and 500,000 gold. So, there's definitely like a million gold. Your primordial essence meter will be permanently increased. 100,000. Even this one's kind of nuts. The 5th skill slot, and that seems like it'd be really good. Buying prices increased, selling prices increased. Nice little quality of life merchant thing.
What? Oh, it's you. I was just resting my eyes. So, what'll it be?
Oh yeah, I can send people out on projects. Okay, let's do this one. It's a hard one, so it costs 7,000. And it'll take 120 productivity.
Well, there'll be a few bloody noses after this one. Perhaps the odd lost limb. Bold move, my lord. Like it.
Unlocks the skill duplication. Costs no gold, but costs a ton of this stuff. Yeah, let's do it. I'm curious about what that skill duplication
The
thing's
City
for.
of Discovery. Isn't that supposed to be one of its names? Kinda hard. There you are, my lord. We were
Okay,
just
I need to
discussing
save up.
some projects we had in mind. Care to hear about them?
Flawed Amethyst. Where's Amethyst? Okay. Well, that's balls. It's less of an increase. So the level 3, he goes 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. Because reasons? That's not 15? So here's like... So obviously I'm relating this a lot to Path of Exile because it's the ARPG I've played the most in the recent time, and yeah. So this reminds me of Diablo 2, like the runes in Diablo 2. These are like special ones that do special things. Sockets. Here we go. So we have Entropy Orb, which rerolls all magic effects on an item. Which is like a Chaos Orb from PoE. Then Greater Entropy Orb can do it on legendary items, so these guys. Erebin Tier. Add a new magic, or random magic effect. And I don't get this. It says it will consume all socketed gems to guarantee a new magic effect whose power depends on the gem's level. And whose type is chosen randomly among all the types of gems on the item. So, on this, I would use this immediately if I could get attack speed. So does that mean if I socket something that gives attack speed, which is this, right? Oh no, it's attack damage. This is defensive stuff. You know what? Screw it. I don't want to put a gem in there. But I do want to get another thing on here. So let's see what I can do. I'll just click this, click that, and it'll add another item. Please be attack speed. Also, it would help if I didn't do it while in my bag. Attack speed. Cooldown reduction. That's not bad, actually. It's worth losing a little attack speed. Especially because I get such a huge bonus when I crit. That minor attack speed down is not going to matter. I just need to reroll sockets on it. Sick! Cooldown reduction is amazing because both my Juggernaut and my Sovereign Shout. Let's see what the difference is. Cooldown on Juggernaut's 20 seconds. $17.8. Yeah, that's 100% worth it. It's an extra 2-second cooldown, and it lasts for like 12? 10. So that means I've got more uptime than downtime on that thing now. And I think this lasts for like 8, and it'll only have like 3 seconds of cooldown before I can shout again. That's cool.
Hello there, friend. Please, browse my wares.
Here, just so I don't accidentally sell this. Oh, and the last one is Ohm's Echo, which removes a random magic effect and adds another. So if there was one I didn't want, it's kind of like an annulment orb and an exalted orb at the same time in PoE. Basically, it would remove one of those, and you would hope it would be one you didn't want, and it would just add another random one. I like this. I like that these exist, because they make... It's not... I wouldn't call it a crafting system. It's more like a gambling system. And I don't hate that. I think a lot of people will. A lot of people would probably prefer a crafting system where you have a little more control over what's happening. And I understand that. That makes perfect sense. But for me, having the ability to gamble like a decent item into a really good item is actually kind of amazing. This has worse resists. I think I need the resists. Oh man. Does it material damage, toughness? No. Yeah, I'll go with the one that I already messed with.
Your
Warhammer.
patronage is appreciated.
Wow, 435 maximum health, 277 force shield. What do I lose? I lose crit chance score and flat fizz, and all attributes. Yeah. $86 to $141.
Come again.
Huh. Really? I don't know which is better. Honestly? I don't know which is better. So both of them have a lot of material damage. And they both have one non-material damage type, which is weaker for me. This one has better life leech, 143% material status ailment chance score. Does physical... I don't know if physical damage does status ailments. I don't think it does. Toxic does. Oh man, that's really tough. And once I socket them, they'll be better than what I've currently got. I'll keep the one I've been working on. Man.
Don't be shy. Mojave has everything.
Oh my
a soldier
God.
needs.
I do want to do a two-handed sword build at some point. Look at this damage. This is insane. Life leech, crit chance score, elemental damage on attacks. Which is pointless, but... Alright.
You have a good eye.
Worse. That's not bad. Yeah, stats are bad.
You have a good eye.
We're sticking with this one. All right, let's try to get at least 2.
A jeweler's work is never done. What are you looking for?
What are those? I can never remember which is which. Defensive 3. I need 2 of those. Those 440 per. Yeah. There we go. 2 defensive 3s and a defensive 2. I'll take it. So what's my health at?
Thank you for your
12
custom.
to
We
14.
appreciate it.
Move gems. Those and those.
Gems
Now,
are addictive.
12,
You'll be
500.
back soon enough.
Not a lot. I got a little all-res too. Our resistances are so low. 18, 23, 18%. Still,
Please,
I mean, it's an
look
upgrade.
around.
Not much of
I'm
one,
sure
but it
you'll
is.
find something that takes your fancy.
And now I have a defensive 2 I can... Which is resistance scores, basically. Alt resist score. Plus 10% elemental resist score. A lot of these overlap, too. We'll do that one. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna blow some money. I've already got something in the works, right? I've got these in the works, so I'm not going to be needing projects
Anything
anytime
can
soon.
look better with the right gem.
Wish me luck. So I need 3 offense 1s, which is not easy. There's a 1, 2, 3. So for the record, offense 2 is for spells and offense 3 is for ailments. I want pure damage. 2 of them. I hate you. I'm gonna blow all my money doing this. 2 1s and a 3. Oh, 2 1s and a 2. And I did this one myself. I actually made this one, so it's proof that it can happen. But if you think about it, there's a 1 in 3 chance of each of them happening. Which means there's a 1 in 27 chance of getting all 3 1s. Which means, but there's also only like a maybe 1 in 5, 1 in 10 chance of getting a 3 socket. So you're looking between 135 and 270 attempts to get it on average. I can honestly, maybe it's not even 1 in 10. It doesn't come up 3 very often. 3, 3. I don't think you guys understand just how much money I've spent on this. I think I've spent like 150,000 gold on this before today, just on this item. Just on this.
Thank you for your custom. We appreciate it.
Okay. Just because I want to be annoying. And I want to use this, and I want to like, I want to come back fresh and ready to do a few more expeditions with this thing. So I'm gonna take a quick little break. Give me 3 minutes. I'm gonna get up, walk around, come back, probably play for another hour and a half or so, 2 hours maybe. I'm really enjoying this game. It's all I've been playing the last week when I've had time. And you know what? Before I go, I do want to say this. I think this is kind of important to put out there. I would not buy this game right now. For most people. And I know that's not usually what I say. Usually if I'm playing a game and enjoying it, I'm like, hell yeah. Like, if you like ARPGs, you need to love ARPG. Like, you need to love Diablo 2, Diablo 3, Path of Exile, games like that to warrant paying, I think it's $40 now for the full release, because the online is busted. from pre-release to post-release, their concurrent players jumped from like 2,000 to 100,000. So their servers broke. People's characters are getting wiped. They're losing items. Even offline characters are getting soft locked because like bosses like break and they can't progress any further. Offline characters are getting deleted. Their items are getting removed because the database. I don't know why that's happening, but I know the online stuff. The database literally can't keep up with the number of players trying to play online. It's literally just losing information. So I would not tell people to buy this right now. I'm happy playing it offline. I would love to play it online with people one day, but I'm not in any rush. I'm still learning the game. There's a lot to learn. I'd like to at least have a good build idea before I go into online and screw up someone else's game. But I do want to say that it is a super fun action RPG that has enough different, like the endgame stuff. There's a lot of things in the game that you can almost be like, huh, they must have looked at X game to get this idea. The final boss is just like a beefed up version of Dominus from Act 4 of Path of X. Everyone's favorite, the touch of God. Like that, yeah. That's basically the final boss. It's in a circular thing with a big electrical tower in the middle, and he like teleports all over the place and does a bunch of attacks. It's like, it is the Dominus fight. But the endgame is different enough and unique enough, and there's enough different things going on. Like, I mean, like you've seen, it's like I could do the easy dungeons for a little while just to like chill and gain some money. I could do expeditions. I've got projects going on. I've got all the socketing thing. There's plenty of ways to spend your time and money that's not just grinding through the same enemies. And as you guys saw, of course, the passive tree is ridiculous. You can do whatever you want with it. I know it's like way down there in the corner, but like there's enough here that I'm loving it, but it is one of the few games that I'm having a blast playing that I would tell most people to probably wait, I don't know, a couple months till they get some patches out. There are, like I said, they've got a big patch coming later this week, which includes the fix for my build, which means it's going to make it crap, which means I would like to gather as many unique items and legendaries and store them in my bank before that happens, so I can maybe make another character and have an easier time leveling. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it anyway. But for once, I will definitely tell you, don't take my excitement as an instant buy. I haven't run into any bugs today, but if it happens, and I've seen quite a few, I'll let you guys know. But I'll be back, and we'll play some more. Hello. Okay, so here's the thing I don't know about this game yet. And this game doesn't do a great job of telling you how its systems work, which I think has just kind of become the norm for ARPGs. You figure it out as you go. But this has sacred damage. So I guess it does tell me. So this does rend damage because base physical converts to rend. Cool, and then I have a very small amount of frost damage. So I don't even know where the frost damage comes from. I think one of my rings? Yeah, frost damage to attacks. Just a little bit. And my current sword is all material damage, so I'm actually not sure that this is going to be an upgrade, but we'll see. What I want to do is I want to add all... I could add all rend damage. Or I could add all toxic damage, because both of those... Where is it? I don't even know how to get to what I'm looking at. Oh. So rend and toxic are material, and I have a lot of things that increase material damage, like... Well, I used to. Huh. I guess I really don't have a lot of items with that anymore. But I have a lot of stuff on my passive tree that increases material damage, and like my shield is plus 22% material damage. The only thing I don't know, and it would make sense, but like for instance, this is an interesting section. Where is it? This one? Yeah. Dealing sacred damage instantly kills enemies below 15% of their max health. So if I have a little bit of sacred damage on my weapon, does that count? Or do I have to be doing, like, using a sacred skill? Yeah, there's a lot of things I don't know about how this works. Like, increased sacred damage. Attack and sacred damage. Now, are these worth getting? Maybe? But it's also one of those things that I don't know. I guess I could kind of watch my stats as I do stuff. Let's do... Huh. Could go full toxic damage. Let's actually do that. What's my damage beforehand? 84.53.
A jeweler's work is never done. What are you looking for?
What's my old one? Base damage is way lower, you can see that. So 84 something? And without this is 6100, so it's 8400. Let's do full toxic. Now, 9820. Okay. I'm gonna keep this in here for a future character, maybe. Rubies. Alright, so it definitely does more, but how much is it actually doing? So it's doing mostly... See, and this is what confuses me. Base physical converts to rend. It doesn't show my toxic damage. Even though... Because that's not physical, it's material. It doesn't show the sacred damage either. And it's bleed ailment. So maybe I should have done rend in there because that's what causes bleed? I don't know, man. Yeah, let's try it. Heck it, right? And we'll do another
Welcome to the
expedition.
Purple Phoenix.
We'll start at level 46. I can afford to do that. I'm not going to do really hard modifiers this time, but I'll do one. All champion and specialist tier enemies have an additional boss modifier. Special enemies have the Rending Circles boss modifier. Sure, let's do that one. I think I know what that one is. I think it's like little ground effects that are pretty easy to move away from. Yeah, those. It's those. Yeah, I get the buffs from my shout for almost the full duration of it. That's funny, you could hear the Ren ticks hitting my shield. Oh, those guys want me. So it looks like the Rending Circles are an on-death effect. Or I'm killing them so fast I just can't tell the difference. That's a first world problem. I will take level 50. And if you saw my health tick back up from like 9,000 to 12,000, that was all my life leech, just going off at the same time. That guy took a little bit of damage. Holy crap. Ow. But yeah, look at that. That Ren damage does almost nothing. Fine. Need it. Ooh, a side area. Okay. Also, I don't know if it's supposed to be that way, but the fact that you can click the exit to those areas from anywhere on the screen makes me happy. It's just like 5 less steps I have to take. Alright, did a little damage too.
More power.
Let's do stuff. So, if there's anything we want. Holy crap, that's a lot of stuff. Wow. Crit chance is not quite as good, but it's close enough. I lose cooldown reduction. Honestly, I could do without everything, but I really want to keep the cooldown reduction. Ugh, that's a lot of hell. It's fine. We'll find better. Spells. Handed. Handed. One-handed. Oh, son of a... Are you serious? This is actually better than what I've currently got. Oh, physical 2 attacks. It's worse physical, but it's just a higher level base item. Critical damage, material stat. It's not as good, though. It's missing that, like, massive amount of life leech. A lot of force shield. All res. Health and all res isn't bad. Dodge and resource generation. Nah. Caster ring. Ever so slightly better. You know what? That is better. It's got flat damage instead of elemental, which is better. It's got better move speed. Better ferocity. Some wisdom, which is nice. Some resist. In fact, I don't even need to do anything with it. Just put it on. Oh. Good lord. Crit chance and flat is and toxic. Oh. About the same. Oh. Transfer time reduction, wisdom, crit chance. I lose some toughness, but... actually good too, but I lose some toughness. Nope. Material damage, that's good. Attack speed, that's good. Transfer time reduction is actually good. You wouldn't think because you don't want it. Yeah, it does feel PoE-ish. Hi, Raz, by the way. Sorry, I got super focused. it a little bit like PoE. To be honest, though, I would say this is like a nice cross between... Oh. Let me do my level thing. I'm gonna keep getting some toughness. Honestly. More health. I think as long as I keep my crit chance above 50, I feel good about it. So I'll keep doing toughness until I level enough that this drops below. Man, I don't know. This is like kind of the best of both worlds. It's like a cross between like PoE, Diablo 2, and Diablo 3. It's a lot slower than most games of this type. Now, what do I want to do next? Oh, max willpower and rage. I could do some more of that. Yeah. I'm gonna grab those two. Level.
Done.
I guess my movement speed is getting a little crazy, so I guess I can't say it's that slow of a game, but... It is cool, though. I should reiterate, I'm currently using a build that is actually broken, though. Like, they've already said in their next patch notes they're fixing the thing I got that makes it broken. So, I'm enjoying it for now, but who knows what it'll feel like after they fix it.
You'll need more than that to take me down.
But, like, these rare monsters are getting 150,000 HP now. Right? So, here's why it's OP. So, over here, you've got damage is increased by 0.5 multiplied by your equipped shield's block chance. Okay. My shield has, like, 26 block, that's, like, plus 13. Flat damage is good, right? There's another one. There's another flat damage increase. Cool. 0.5 multiplied by your shield block chance. This next one's a mistake. Damage is increased by plus 50 multiplied by your shield block chance. They stated this is also supposed to be 0.5. So literally I'm getting plus 1200 damage, 1300 damage from that one node, which is insane. I think it'll still be usable. Doing the quick, like, mental math, basically. I'm guessing I'm gonna lose about 40% of my damage overall when that goes away. But as you can see, I'm not having a lot of problem killing things. So, even if my damage is cut in half, I think I'll still probably be able to function. It's just gonna be... I'm gonna have to start stacking more defenses and worry about that stuff a little more. Which is fine. My first 3 builds were garbage, so having an overpowered one for a couple days until they fix it, it feels good. And I mean, honestly, the excitement of loot eventually wears out in these kind of games, so the only thing that, like, for me, keeps me going long term is the ability to find ways to break the game. Healing potions, yeah. The healing potions are Path of Exile-ish too. 10 charges, 30 charges max. So, and you get charges by killing enemies. So, very PoE on that one. To be honest, though, it's not the way the game feels. I don't think like using potions are really supposed to be anything more than like a last ditch oh shit button. Health regen, life leech, force field recharge, which is like energy shield from PoE. Those are the ways to like survive long term. I have like something like 9 or 10% life leech with this weapon now. So when I hit for 22k, I'm leeching 2,000 damage for each hit. And life leech works weird in this. It apparently right now it ticks once a second. So that means that, you know, it adds up everything you've leached, and every second it immediately gives you that amount. It's not like over time. So if you can survive for 1 second and do enough damage, you'll basically insta-heal to full. It's a good thing. Side area. You know what? I should probably show this off, right? So this is like the ultimate ability. You become crazy giant demon form guy. Yes, TubbyGeezer. And it's this right down here, Primordial Essence. It's not wildly overpowered. Like, as you can see, I do way more damage in my normal form. But you also can't die, which is a significant plus. When you get hit, you lose some of your power for it. And when you use abilities, you lose some power for it, too. Yeah, I mean, I've used it maybe 3 or 4 times, like, for an actual purpose, other than just, I want to be a demon for a few minutes. Yeah, I've used it a couple times. Like, where I was, like, getting, like, shotgunned down and had, like, 100 health and just hit the button real quick. It's nice for that. He did. Like I said, if this fix to my build cuts my damage in half, that still would have gone fine. But I'm having a lot of fun. All right. Two-handed. Yeah. Interesting ring, though. Not for me, but. And even though it's broken right now, by the way, there is an online mode. I want to reiterate that. Ooh. Physical and toxic with attack speed score. This is actually better than what I have by a little bit. I don't want to try to re-roll sockets on it though. Like, to be fair, I think the amount of money I would put into re-rolling sockets on this is not worth it. Yeah, not at all. Your chance wisdom. Ellie resist. What do I miss? Lose some all resist. Oh, cooldown reduction. Damn it. I really need cooldown reduction on everything. Well, maybe not everything. Oh yeah, and if you don't want a health pot, there's rage potions too, and willpower potions. So like, I have a rage potion just because, like, if I get in a spot where I have no rage, I can like boost to full immediately as long as I have my potions up. Ooh, here we go, loot goblin. Not at all stolen from Diablo 3. Not at all. Completely original idea. Once again, not judging, just... To be fair, a lot of people crap on games because they're like, oh, that's from this game, or they took that idea from this game. Like, yeah, that's what games do. Like, they borrow ideas, iterate on them, and hopefully make them better. Oh, we got a portal now, do we?
Can't manage that right.
Ooh, offering shrine. Sick. Whoa. Excuse me. Fine. Currently busy. Force shield one, dodge chances, meh. Maximum health on that is disgusting, man. Spells. Spells. Spell damage. I might want to use this one, though. What's it look like? Instead of this one? Yeah, 100%. Way more health. And ailment chance, Ellie resist. A little more flat damage, so 13,187 to 14,103. That's 1,000 health right there. Yeah, to be honest, the game you think this got it from probably got it from another game as well, so tough luck, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, Diablo-style games are called that for a reason. Hi? And then I get punched in the face. Boots? These are legendaries, yeah. Resource generation, agility, force shield regeneration, plus force shield, plus force shield. That's a lot of force shield. I'm gonna put that out there.
Not happening.
Where do you guys come from? I don't know if they spawn like that or what, but it happens a lot in this game where people like come up from where you like originally came from. Alright. As a kid, you used to scream at Digimon because they were a Pokemon ripoff, and you realized there were others before Pokemon. You had to swallow your pride. Yeah. I mean, I think we all did at some point, right? I mean, as you get older and you learn stuff, you kind of start to realize that, like, you can yell at younger people for not understanding the things that you understand, but it's not really fair because more often than not, you were in that spot at some point too. We do it anyway because yelling is fun, and because usually when you were younger and someone was like, "No, dummy, that's not how it works." It's like eating spicy food and then wanting all your friends to try it so they can suffer with you. You get older and you feel like, you know what? It's my turn to yell at the younger generation for not understanding everything I've spent decades learning. I think as long as you don't do it, like, overly maliciously, it's fine. Like, I'm not a big fan of the whole, like, kill yourself, stupid kid, like that kind of attitude, but I'm totally the guy that'll be like, don't worry, one day you'll learn. Gift in the long term, yeah. A little bit of tough love, a little bit of like, hey, you may think you understand everything, but... And I realize when we're talking about video games, it's a little silly to make it sound so serious, but, you know. Ow.
Being outmatched.
Wow, I had a lot of things. So I'm on level 48 enemies now. Just cool, that's 2 levels below me and I'm still doing relatively okay.
Should have brought a pack horse.
Hello? Map, treasure location. Nice. So yeah. Back there I'm leaving, it's killing me too. But look, inventory space, right? Dead boss. I had to start thinking about it like this way. So, the more time you spend, like, fumbling through your inventory, going, okay, I don't use two-handers, throw it away, and doing that stuff, is less time you're killing things. So, it's actually better to leave, like, just fill up your inventory, leave stuff behind. Obviously, you're not going to leave, like, legendaries and uniques, but... like, leave other stuff behind, just so you can, like, get to a point where you can sell and move on.
I hope your trip brought you plenty
And this
of
game
coin.
really feels that
If you
way,
need to spend it,
like, more than
come
most.
to Mojave first, yes?
249 productivity, though. That's alright. I know. Look, painful lesson for me to learn, too. I'm not saying I like it. Just how it is. So... show you guys that in a minute. Copperstone. Keep my legendary items because I can.
I can't do that.
Okay. Sell off
Don't
stuff.
be shy.
And to be
Mojave has
fair,
everything a soldier needs.
They did make it so that items don't sell for a whole lot in this game. So it is kind of one of those things where picking up loot to sell and like make money isn't the best way to do it. You get like 20,000 for completing a thing. Yeah. Like rares are only worth 300. So you're more picking stuff up for upgrades than you are for anything else. That's not bad. Elemental resist score is good. I lose all the toughness, but I get cooldown reduction though, like, which is once again really good. I might hold on to this. Agility, attack, no movement speed. Oof.
You know Mojave is always the best.
Jesus. 1100 force shield. If only. Oh, that's my ult ring. Whoa. Did I see this one already? I did. Yeah, I don't really want to mess with that. It could be really good, but I don't want to mess. Do I, though?
You have a good eye.
And it's really hard to find, like, jewelry and stuff because it can have, like, any modifiers on it. Yeah, I've seen stuff like this, too. Like, the damage on this is low, but basic attack projectiles bounce up to 2 times. Oh, no, that's on all staffs. Never mind. There's definitely some that have, like, really, like... There was a sword I saw someone posted online that had, like, really low damage, but shot 3 projectiles instead of... Or no, it was a bow. Shot 3 projectiles instead of 1. And I was like, that's kind of cool. Nope. Okay. Wasn't that good, but I didn't mean to sell it just yet. Okay, we're good. I thought I accidentally equipped it. Okay. What do I need? I need a diamond and a hexagon.
Here when you need me, friend.
At least. That. Can I get 3 on these? Maybe you can only get 2 sockets. Yeah, I think it's just 2. Made a mistake. Okay, there.
Hope to see you again.
So, I want block efficiency, right? Max health and block efficiency. This block efficiency? Yeah, that is. Man, I'm not getting Alexandrite at all. You get health regen. This is fine. You will
Anything
go ahead
can
and
look better with the
move
right
these.
gem.
So what I want to do is
Thank you for your custom. We appreciate it.
see. I lost a lot of toughness though. I ended up losing like 400 health, even though I gained a bunch.
You have a good eye.
I gained wisdom. Wow, my... $4.9. I don't need this much ferocity. I thought I did. I was wrong. Alright, well... Oh, cool. After arriving at their destination, the Seekers set about exploring. They found a few things here and there, but not in the quantities or qualities they'd been expecting. Despite that, they considered... Yes. Oh, wow. Do I get all these? I do.
What? Oh, it's you. I was just resting my eyes.
Do warrior armor.
What'll it be?
I'll do both. Costs money to send them out on things, but...
Greetings, my friend. How
This
may
is all
I help
garbage. What are you selling? Damn. Oh my god, that's actually amazing. It just... Damn it! I lose a bunch of health, and I can't do that. But good lord, crit damage, 2 attack modifiers, and material damage. That would
Tell
be
your
nice.
friends, Mojabe's stand in the
I'm
palace
such a
district.
terrible, like, damage whore.
Welcome to the Purple Phoenix.
You know what? Let's try a level 49. That means we're actually gonna get monsters that outlevel us. Let's go ahead and put this on. So, maps in this are nothing like Path of Exile. They are a modifier. So this one says... Access a dungeon with an higher amount of chests, because English. So yeah, it's just gonna be more loot. And then let's roll some area modifiers. Why not? Specialist enemies have plus 40% damage as Frost. Champion have plus 52% max health. Sure. Let's do another one. Boss modifier plus max. Oh, I don't want damage increases. Sure. Enemies have move speed, that's fine. And crowd control effects, because that's fine. Cool. 80% magic fine, 32% item quantity, and half the stuff I'm not going to be able to pick up. Cover your eyes, Raz. So there's the Rain of Spears effect thing. Or whatever it's called. Such sadness. I don't know what specialist enemies specifically are. I think it's the, like, tougher normal enemies, but not the ones that show up on the minimap. Like these guys. A levels. Ow, ow, ow. You know, I'm gonna try to remember to stop picking up, like, pistols and bows and stuff that I literally can't use.
with you.
Okay. Now it's only giving me items that I can use. How dare you, game. That was weird. Ow. Hello? Was that a unique? Holy crap, dude. That is a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. It's all fire damage, though. Oh, crap. Oh, my God. Like, does it actually... Is it better? At 10,000 damage. 14,000. Let's try it. I'm not even gonna put sockets on it. See if it actually raises my damage by that much. Yeah, it definitely does.
Not possible.
Holy butts. Well, boys, that's some streamer RNG right there. I hadn't gotten anything useful. No. I hadn't gotten anything that good. Anyway. Ooh, and there's a loot thingy. Sword is sick looking too. I'm critting in the 40,000s. All right, game. I have to admit, one of my favorite parts of this. Oh yeah, that's a fun glitch too. Holy balls, dude. Bonk. Bonk.
It's too big.
Alright. That's what she said. Dude. There's so many ground effects happening everywhere. But as you can tell, this definitely kind of scratches... Not what I meant to do. This definitely scratches that sort of... just loot goblining all day.
It's too big.
Stop saying that. Dyes are useless.
You've been outmatched.
So wait, I'm confused. So if you put a map in the thing, it only opens one floor. It like changes it from a 3-floor layout to a 1. I mean, I don't hate that. I guess for those, then you want to like do full clears and try to get as many like legendaries and uniques as possible. What's this thing called again? Envy's Denial. I have tons of stuff that increase my physical damage. And this thing does almost entirely fire damage.
You're alive. Great. More paperwork.
Yeah, it's alright. I ain't mad about it. I'd lose toughness again. Can't do that. Need more health. A little better. Like, elemental damage. Like, I feel like that's actually useful now. So, here's my question.
Come again.
Yeah, this has got to be broken. Because it says base physical damage converts into rend damage. The weapon that I'm using is almost entirely fire damage. Like, 70-80% fire damage. And it... Yeah. Very confusing. You would think the majority of this would be fire damage, or that because I spec'd physical, fire damage would make me do less damage. Yes. Give me back my gems.
For all of its sparkle, this one does not satisfy.
Hello there, friend. Please, browse my wares.
I do have to see, though. Like, can I make this even more ridiculous? Ah, okay. So uniques have lock sockets. I can't put sockets on it.
Hope to see you again.
That's fine. It's still better. But I was just wondering how badly I could break the game. Also, because all that damage is based off my block chance, I'm looking for shields that have higher block chance. I honestly don't care what other stats are on it. Because it's a multiplier right now. I'm just gonna look at boots and just see if there's move speed. If there's not move speed, I'm not taking him. Because so much of this build is reliant on getting from pack to pack quickly without losing rage. Dude. I need, though. All attributes. Spells, though.
A fine item. Thank you very much.
It's actually not bad. I'd lose a little bit of damage. I want to see how badly this actually affects my damage. So 14,500. 14,427. Really, that's it? And I lose crit chance score,
I'll be
but
here when you need me,
still at
friend.
53%. Lose attack speed score? No, I don't. I gain that. Gain toughness too. I do lose the rage and willpower cost reduction. This is 258. Just 230. I think I have to keep it
Please,
for that.
look around. I'm sure you'll find something that takes your fancy.
I have to. I think my I don't know how like prefixes, suffixes work. I don't know like how many different variations of like things on items. But I think if I could have one that was cost reduction, attack speed, no, cost reduction, crit, some form of like percent damage, and a stat. So like this is about perfect. It's just kind of low rolled.
Make a decision.
I think that's what I would like on every item.
You know?
Preferably toughness or whatever it's called, the health.
You have a good eye.
And then of course on jewelry, just flat damage for everything. Flat lightning, flat fizz. That's what I really want. It's gonna take a long time to find a better weapon than this. To be fair.
A fine item. Thank you very much.
Let's actually, well, first let's grab our quote-unquote reward. This waypoint has not been unlocked. Lies. It's so much better. Lose toughness though. Do I want to risk it?
Adventurer. Yes.
Do I want to just random slam this bad boy? Pray for toughness. Now transfer time reduction is really good too. Oh well. Bye-bye.
Please, come again.
Okay.
What do you want?
Let's do one more of these, and let's get some juicy modifiers on it. Enemies have all res. Crowd control's easy. I don't do crowd control really. Underling enemies, which are like the weakest ones, have max health. I feel like that's fine. Underling enemies have negative duration of crowd control effects. Sure, and let's do one more. Chance for enemies to spawn weak enemies upon death. Yeah, that's great. We do another one? I can. Max health. I can do more? Oh, you know what? I'm good. I'm spending way too much money. That's super cool. 109% magic find. Yeah, I'm still one-shotting weak enemies, so it's fine. Oh, God. We're not talking about what just happened. I have poor health. I tried to jump behind that guy and instead landed right in his attack. Although, it's nice to know that the little bits of extra health and stuff we've been getting might have actually saved my life. Speaking of things saving my life, where'd my resistances are better. They're all over 20% now. Still at, what's our 54.4? Yeah, this is get all the toughness. What was I messing with? Oh, I was going down here. Yeah, willpower and rage. Now I have 1400 max? Yeah. Jesus. Oh, bow. Don't need that. Oh, that must be the spawning enemies on death. See, that's great. That's free. That's free rage, for having extra enemies to kill. So many enemies. But the best part about this build so far, and I think I said this earlier, but I'm gonna say it again, I can stand there and loot, and enemies will just die to my effects. That's... I don't think you understand just how great a feeling that is. I don't have to choose between killing things and looting. I can do both. I don't even think I need to pick up weapons right now. I don't think I could possibly get a weapon that's better, stronger than this sword. Maybe? I don't know. I don't think it's possible. Let me guess, the boss is gonna be in this room. And I have to kill like one enemy to spawn him. I think that's what's happening. Wait. Oh, and the resummoned enemies don't count. Boo. Alright. Watch. Watch. I'll go kill one enemy and it'll be like, hey, the boss is way over here. Scream. Yep. I was right. Whee! Gotta go fast. So that buff wears off when there's like 2 seconds left of cooldown on this thing. If I can get a couple more cooldown reduction, like passives or something, I can just have that war cry up all the time.
I can't.
Good night. We're not talking about the fact that I actually almost walked right into that. Or jumped right into that. Doop. I may have all the skills at this point. I don't think I've found one today at all that I haven't already learned. Jesus. That's a lot of force shield. A lot of all-res. Is spell damage. I love the jewelry in this game. Like spell damage with attack speed and max health. I'm sure there's a build out there that would love that. But for me, not so much. Spells. My health, this is what I need to upgrade the most, this thing. Material damage, that's good. I lose toughness, though. Crit chance score. Ugh. There's toughness on that. Oh, no movement. Okay. I will admit, it's a little annoying having the enemy spawn. I thought it was going to be great, having like lesser enemies spawn when things die. It's not that great, because it just makes me constantly double back to kill them. I just see a hit for 50,000. Have we hit that level now? I think so. Ants. those poison pools hurt a little bit. Ooh, another map. Hell yeah. Holy Christ, stop. Too many things. Ow. Ants. Like, makes you wonder why these people all died here, all these folks just laying around dead. And it's because they brought like 6 pairs of pants and no armor to the fight. Like, thinking, dude. Not sure I totally agree with that. Okay, so the guys that's cool. The guys that leave behind that blue light are the ones that that summon the little mini dudes. That's what I thought I was seeing, but I wasn't sure until I read that. This game does have amazing visual cues. I will give it that 100%. Never been a time in this game, well, there's been a couple times, but it's mostly my own fault. There's never really been a time in this game where I felt like that something wasn't
It can't be done.
my fault when I died. I mostly just kind of felt like, oh, I screwed that up. I should do better. Staff. Boots don't matter unless they have movement speed. I've just, like, come to that conclusion. I need that. Any more boots? There we go. Where's the cost reduction for this? It's good. This toughness. Ha! Huh. I want to get rid of this stupid ring, like the one that I currently have on. Because the only thing going for it, really, I mean, it's really low rolls on stuff. A little bit, but it's got a bunch of health. So as soon as I find pretty much any ring that has a ton of health on it. You know, critical hit damage is probably highly underrated. Like, I feel like that's going to be a huge boost to get. I should probably focus on that. Health force shield, and it already has all the correct slots in it that I want. Pretty impressive, though. Next. Yeah, that hurt.
Not finished yet.
So, if you guys want to know what the problem with this build is, any area that has exploding barrels, you're gonna die. It's just gonna happen.
Another feed falls.
So many enemies. More health. I don't think it's gonna help against floaty barrels, but we'll try. Bells. Up here. Summons? Oh, this is summons. Attack speed, dodge chance. Is there anything in here I want? Oh, that's interesting. So this is for, like, hybrids. Interesting. Sacred. Oh. Vault. Cost. Do more damage when only one enemy is nearby? That could be good for bosses. It's gold converted. Attack speed score, that's projectiles. Can I get around here easily at all? Some good stuff in here I might want. This area is nice. Rage cost reduction. Ability. I don't want willpower on hit, so I'd have to get here another way. I mean, none of this is amazing. But it'll get me here. Take me here. It's all useful stuff. Crit damage and max health is really nice. A lot, too. Yeah, let's do this. Block efficiency, all res, and then I'll get both the crit damage dudes. Alright, cool. We'll worry about working down the other way later. Barrels. Lots of barrels. Okay, those are no joke. Wow. I had to see. I had to see. So I put my damage shield up. And those barrels took my damage shield down to 0 and my health down to 500. Wow. I am confusion. I don't think there's any way of knowing exactly how much my damage shield protects against, but it's definitely taken the full brunt of like a massive boss hit, which can easily one-shot me normally. So if I had to guess, I'd say 30k on that shield, which means hitting those two barrels did about almost 45,000 damage to him. That was dumb. I really didn't think it was... Wow. There's a lot of loot. I really didn't think it was going to take this guy so long to spawn, so I blew like 9 stacks of my thing just to see how much damage I could do, and good lord. Like, even that sniper shot did a whopping, like, 2k damage to me. That was nothing for what is like a... Oh, God, no. I'll stay away from me. Relax. Dude. Yeah, I knew I was getting pretty full. Alright, well, screw it. Go down here anyway. I wonder, there's got to be a point where, like, in this game where you only pick up legendaries and above. Maybe interacts too, because he does.
It's too big.
You die. Hooray.
Should have brought a pack horse.
This is insane. So much. So many people. The only thing I haven't seen is a way to increase the duration of it. That would actually be super nice. Ow. I want to go full on this guy. Never mind.
They are. The harder they fall.
And I can never get, like, all my stacks up and then just destroy things. Need to work on that. I want to get to the point where, yeah, I can get like 6 or 7 stacks of that up and do a little damage, do like a lot of damage
Hi
with
there.
it.
You left, didn't you?
We
You should probably get caught up.
200% productivity bonus. And I completed everything. Now you can duplicate interacts. Still brought back some loot. Okay. A little bit of loot.
What do you want? Sorry, my lord. Where are you sending the Seekers then?
I feel like sending those guys out is always a good idea. Don't you folks worry, I'll grab that loot. Okay. This. There, and map. Higher amount of chests. Nice.
Hello there, friend. Please, browse my
Hey.
wares.
That was a lot of damage on that greatsword, by the way.
A fine item. Thank you very much.
Shield, garbage. By the way, Third-Eyed Blind Shield, definitely a reference, right? I can't be the only one that remembers Third Eye Blind. That cracks me up, though. If it isn't a reference, then amazing.
A fine item. Thank you very much. Your patronage is
garbage.
appreciated.
Garbage. Ooh. Got the ration willpower cost reduction. I lose the damage. I lose damage and agility. Hack speed. Gain a lot of health. Once again, 14,640. 14,515. That's
I'll
fine.
be here when you need me, friend.
That's almost no damage lost. Like 0.5%. Okay.
What are you looking for? A new weapon, perhaps?
No.
Hi. Please don't touch anything.
Wow, my bleeding edge is level 54 now. So 1.5% damage increase bonus every time I level it. I wonder what the max level for skills is. I know the max level for players is 90 currently. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, I don't have another project going. Expensive. Super. Those are god-awful expensive. All of them.
Excuse me. Yes, I'm talking.
Oh, I can do this one. I got 50k. It'll unlock maximum active projects up, and it unlocks new places.
Allow
Done.
me to mobilize the workforce, my lord.
1,000 though. That's like, well, it's not that bad. That's like 4 like pretty heavily juiced expeditions. That's okay. Doable. So anyway, guys. That's Wolcen. Okay. It says it crashed. It didn't. I shut it down. But it says it crashed. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I know it's been over a week since I streamed, and that was never my intention. My arm's actually starting to hurt a little bit, so I'm gonna probably take a bath or something and try to get some warm on it. Just very tight. Weird.